you guys could pick one food source to target, what would it be?
I don't really target food sources, but if I was going to, it'd be acorns.
Early season and acorns.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say the same thing. I don't know. Where I live at, it's so hard to target acorns because there's so many of them.
Yeah, it just depends where you hunt. I mean, it can be the same thing
Yeah.
here too. But if you specifically seek out areas that have less acorns and smaller patches of it, even if you're in an acorn jungle, I mean, like if I was going to go out to western Wisconsin and in the hills, and that's where I had to hunt, and everything was acorns, I'd probably go down in the swamp, find an acorn island, and hunt it. If it was
Right.
early season and the acorns were dropping, because you're going to have a hard time getting them to move in the hills, but in the swamp, they're going to move a long distance to get to those acorns on that island. So it's relative. I mean, it's like what we were talking about before. I mean, when it's 85 degrees out, you don't tuck your tail and go home and say it's too hot to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what you're doing, right? And find a way to hunt them. Where that gets hard is like, say you got a 200 incher living up on that hill and where you live, Josh, and he's on those acorns, and now you're like, oh, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah.
He's got acorns dropping in his bed. Well, then you have a little bit of more
Problem.
trouble to figure them out, right? Exactly. But if you're hunting deer, if you're just after a big one, well, then you can go hunt on islands or whatever. But it's kind of hard. I know it is for me when I'm onto something really big to just go shoot something that's 140 or something when you know of something that's really giant.
Yeah. The big problem with acorns here in the hill country is the fact that everything's so open too, for the most part, where it's really hard to get within that distance of them coming to you in daylight hours if they have acorns and they can see. A vision is a big thing in hill country. I think if I had to pick one though, like for in Indiana here, man, like a cornfield that's still in, and finding some good cover around it that's creates kind of multiple areas there where deer like to be. I like hunting cornfield edges during early season, especially if there's some scrapes or something along the edge. I killed a really nice 11 pointer over a scrape right outside of bedding that was against the cornfield that was
Don't
still
you run
in.
into a lot of pressure on cornfields?
Yeah, I mean,
or are you talking more private?
No, it just depends on what your definition of pressure is. I mean, early season around here, it's usually not too bad. We have some like spots too on public that you have to walk quite a ways to get to the private crop fields. Those hills keep people away, man. Sometimes they're pretty rough.
Hey everybody, if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you like the clips, I got 2 more options for you. 2 options right here. Subscribe right here. See you guys.